Hey guys, what's up? Josh here, and I'm a little excited about today's talk. So, this is a topic that I think a lot of artists struggle with. And I say that because as of yesterday, I was trying to help an artist through this concept, or a creator. She's an author, but I've actually completely re-recorded this video as a result of that conversation. I have a weekly meeting with other creatives, and after yesterday's meeting, I really wanted to re-record this because we spent an hour trying to coach this individual on how to approach an upcoming event in a way that provides value and helps her understand her audience better. And I don't feel like we were able to help her in the way she needed. So that's why I re-recorded this whole thing. And I'm hopeful that I'll be able to clarify my thinking in a way that's at least useful to her and maybe other people. So some entrepreneurs, especially the creative ones like artists and authors, are incredibly focused on how to get attention, authority, an audience, basically how to build their own platform, how to sell their product. And they have this idea that they want to take to the world. They want the world to adopt their idea. And I think creatives especially are guilty of this. They think that their idea is something that the world needs, but the world doesn't always listen. So this particular creator, this author, was going to attend a niche conference for her target audience. And she was pitching ideas to collect emails and make sales and build authority while she was at this conference, which that's all fine. But the way she was approaching all of her ideas was very transactional. And what I wanted to try to explain was that she would be better off if she were trying to build relationships and provide as much value as possible in the process at this conference. Another thing that creators really seem to struggle with is the idea that it takes people to make a business work. People are the most important part of a business. So if you don't have good relationships with people, good, strong, trusting relationships with people, then you're not going to be able to make it as a creator. You're not going to be able to sell your product to people who don't know and trust you. And that's actually what my original talk was about, finding and providing value to the world by being useful to the people you meet. And that's how I think she should really try approaching all of the events that she plans on attending. It's an opportunity for her to learn about her audience instead of trying to give her audience something that she thinks they need. So this whole idea of providing value is one of the sticking points of one of my earlier videos, because a lot of people are uncomfortable with the idea of monetary value being representative of value that you provide the world. And this is sort of my answer to that. So research has actually shown that people on their deathbeds feel the most life satisfaction if they believe that their lives held value and that they made a positive impact on the world. Now, this is in addition to the number one life satisfaction metric, which was being true to who you are as a person. But having a positive impact gives your life meaning. You feel like your life matters and you have a purpose if you're able to have a positive impact on the world. You help other people. And that's really my angle on this, is being useful to other people gives you fulfillment And it's a paradoxical way to achieve success. You're trying to give more than being worried about how much you can receive. You're not trying to hack your authority. You're not trying to get anything out of your relationships. You're trying to improve other people's lives. So let's pull it back a little bit and really discuss what purpose is. So I said that, if you feel like you had a purpose in your life, held value, that you would have more life satisfaction. Part of that process is discovering what you're curious about and turning those curiosities into passions, and then finding a way to deliver your passions to the world. So this is how you can really take the step of turning what you love into a fulfilling career. Now, the missing step here is testing your passions to see where that overlap is between what you love, what you're great at, and what other people find useful enough to pay for. Now, you don't get to pick what other people want. It doesn't work like that. You may have a great idea, but you don't get to pick what other people want. You have to test what you love to do and see how other people may be interested in buying that or paying for it somehow. So it takes some experimentation. But you want to create value in your interactions by being useful to other people. Now, if you go to a conference, this is how I would recommend you do that. You talk to the people that you want to help. You figure out what their pain is, and you find a way to solve it. Now, if you're doing this one-on-one, you might not end up with some magical product that'll help 1,000 people, but if you really focus on building that relationship, and then you stay in contact, and you learn what their objectives are, and you help them achieve their objectives, you're going to build a relationship with a person that will last forever. It's not about adding them to your client list. It's about building as many relationships as possible by being useful to other people. And you don't have to go crazy to provide value. You can make a YouTube video that shares your philosophy and shows people the horrible beginning process to a digital painting that you're really proud of. You can share your process in general. You can give someone a compliment. You can make book recommendations. You can introduce people to each other. You can compliment a stranger on their hair. You can help someone jump their car. And you can provide value by doing what you love. The real trick is to stop thinking about what's in it for you and switch your mindset to what's in it for them. And you'll enter a unique place where few people ever go. You'll be able to connect with people one-on-one and discover new ways to give value without your assumptions getting in the way. Now, I want to give a few examples of how other people or myself have really given value to others. And we'll start with someone who I'm sure most of my audience is pretty familiar with, and that's Stan Prokopenko, so Proko. Proko started his YouTube career by giving away as much information as he could for free. And even in his paid courses, he provides so much more value than he captures, and he's still able to support his family, a whole team, and he's built a really impressive online art empire and community by being generous. And now, I just want to throw in a personal example. So, I recently put together an accountability group with other artists and creators, and these artists and creators I've been meeting with every week for the past few years. But after my good friend Chris and I started this accountability partnership, we saw it as an opportunity to help the other artists in the group. So we both saw really explosive growth from just a simple daily check-in. And when we decided to move it to the group to challenge each other and really push each other toward more focused action, we all saw really incredible growth. And it's because I wanted to do something useful for others. I now get to experience some of the greatest personal growth ever. And this was a real paradox. So when we stop focusing on our personal gain and when we shift the focus to helping other people, we end up getting more from the relationships as sort of a byproduct. Now, just as a note here, the creator that we were all trying to coach through this upcoming event is a part of the weekly meetup, and I'm hopeful that this video is useful to her and many other people. But yeah, all of this is just to say, yeah, passion is great, your ideas are great, but finding a purpose that resonates with people that you want to help is even better. So find a way to deliver your passions to the world in a way that the world wants and that will actually help the world. And that is when you can build a life that matters. So start thinking about ways that you can be more useful to other people in your daily lives. It doesn't have to be huge. Maybe it's a kind compliment. Maybe it's delivering something huge and incredible to your tribe. It doesn't really matter. But most likely, it's going to require that you get curious and stop thinking about what's in the relationship for you. It doesn't how big or small your actions are. Just do something every day that provides value for someone else. That's it. That's my long rant. So leave a comment sharing a time when someone was really useful to you or when you were really useful to someone else. So let's try to inspire each other here to create more generosity and, as a byproduct, more value in the world. So I appreciate you all more than you know. Thank you so much for watching and listening. And make sure you check out my other videos for more art and introspection.